help in two things. One, to reduce the number of people who have got health challenges. That is to make the world a healthier place. Number two is to increase our income so that we can enjoy the health that we have. Because there's no point of having a lot of money or income, but you have poor health. So in the following sessions, I want to discuss with you one thing that is very important in building our business. If I may start from the current slide. Okay, what is our business? What does Neolife do? What do Neolife distributors actually do in the marketplace? The Neolife distributors build a network of other people who use products. Neolife makes fantastic products, health supplements. In fact, the health supplements is the highest selling range of our products. It's about 60% of our total business. And then we have skin and personal care and nutrients. Then we have cleaning products for home use. And then our unique products, the Super Grow, which is a very effective adjuvant to help farmers increase their yield. But the model that we use is we use the products, we introduce other people to also use the products like we do, and then we supply products to people who are not interested to be business builders. That's what we do. So a few things about presentation. How do we get other people to see the value or the benefit of our business? We do it through presentation. That is, exposing the business model to new faces constantly. A few notes about presentation. It doesn't matter what works, it matters what duplicates. What does that mean? It means that everything that you do in your business, people in your team should be able to duplicate. The simpler it is, the faster your business will grow. So if whatever you're doing other people cannot duplicate or copy, your business is slowed down. So a very important thing is pay attention to what duplicates. Number two, be enthusiastic about this business. Enthusiasm comes from the word entheo, which means the God within. People have to sense our belief, faith in the business, and we are excited about our future and the business. And then you need to learn how to invite prospects for a meeting, or to watch a video, or to read the magazine. So, a few things to remember when you're presenting the business. Number one, you are a messenger, not the message. What does that mean? That your job is to carry the information of educating people about our business. But a very important thing about this is people need to buy into you first before they buy into the business. So you need to be a good representation of our message. That is the Neolife business. So pay attention to the way you speak, the way you walk, the way you dress. All those little details are important. Number two, learn to tell your story in a compelling way. What do you need to tell your story in a compelling way? Number one, you need to tell your prospects or your guests what happened to you before you joined the business, how you came to join the business, what benefits you have received either from the products or from the business itself in terms of income, and how the future looks like. And the thing is, your goal is to make your prospects want to hear more about our business. And then the one thing that you want to avoid is practice. Practice, practice, practice. And practice as if your future depends on it, which is true. The future growth of your business depends on how well you present your business. So let's go through the four sections of presenting the business. What are the four elements of business presentation? I want to recommend to all those new distributors, new managers, new senior managers, new executive managers. If you follow this simple advice, you should take a step to director in the next 3 to 4 months. And the advice is this. sit down in front of at least 5 to 8 people every week, showing them the business. If you keep doing that, you should be a director in 3 to 4 months. Why? Because the law of averages will kick in. It means if you show the business to a certain number of people, you will get a certain number of people who join your business. That is the law of averages. Now, the 4 parts of explaining or showing the business is, number 1 is called the ID. The ID simply means you tell your story. Number 2 is to develop the need. What does that mean? It means you need to tell your audience that they need to do the business, which is true. You know, I have read a lot about business. I have read a lot about different careers. If you sit down and ask any audience, any group of people, what is an ideal career? What is an ideal occupation that anybody in the world would look at? Of course, the first they will tell you about the negative things they don't like. They don't like a boss. They don't like to be politics in the workplace. They don't like the pay they are having. They don't like, eventually they'll start telling you what they like. They like time freedom. They like high income. There's no limit. They like the places where they do business with friends, the places where their work is actually appreciated. They want a business or a career where they will not be fired from their job. If you go through this, you will find that people are actually looking for these things that I know of. And the only industry you will find an ideal business is Neolife. Is Neolife perfect? No, just like anything else in the world. But I think it's the best option of creating wealth for your family and your family's your future generations. So, how do you develop the need? Number 1, describing the Neolife difference. Product, high quality consumable products. You're supported by a scientific group. Develop the products. You've got infrastructure in 50 different countries, the compensation plan, the research, back office training, all these things that have already been done on your behalf while you start the business. Okay, that is developing the need. Then the third part of the business presentation is called the logic. How does the business work? Because when you've told your story, most of your audience will relate to your story because they're in a similar situation. As you develop the need, they'll begin to realize, I think I need to pay attention to what this presentation is about. And then you go to the logic, which is explaining how the business works. 3 things we do every day. 1, use the products. 2, share the business opportunity and share the product. That simply means you introduce other people to be product users like yourself. Those who are not interested in the business become your customers. And then the third part is personal development. You will notice all our presentations are structured that way. Why? Because it becomes easier to duplicate when you standardize your business presentation. Think about any business. The businesses that become very successful, all their presentations are standardized so that the people who join the organization learn how the standard business works and they simply duplicate. And then the last part of the business presentation is called call to action. It simply means somebody is identified with a story, they see the need of building this business, and they can see the Neolife difference, and then they have been shown how the business works using the products. In any case, whether in this business or not, at the end of the month, you're going to use this product. You're going to buy cleaning products, you're going to buy things for supplements if you use supplements, you're going to buy skincare products. So everybody will use a similar range of products. Once the people have seen how the business works, using the product, sharing the business, and sharing the product, and then they take time for personal development. That means they take time to improve themselves. The knowledge of the business, the knowledge of themselves, then the skill of building this business, and having the right attitude. Once you build these things, you find that the business begins to grow. And then call to action simply means, okay, you've seen the business. What next? What do I do next? Get back to the person who invited you. They will give you an application form to fill. They will tell you how much it takes to get started, because each market has got a different amount that you need for your business starter kit. And then the basic things they need to do to succeed. 1, to have a dream. Number 2, the willingness to learn. 3, hard work. 4, patience. 5 is belief. And then get your mentor to teach you how to build this business. This is the structure of a business presentation. And I would recommend to all those new people, managers, senior managers, executive managers, get back to your leader. Ask them, please give me an outline on how to do the presentation, and then start practicing the presentation. When Betty and I started, I immediately saw the power of this business. In fact, even 4 or 5 months later, when we had already joined the business, I couldn't believe that such a marvelous business concept exists. So what I did is, the first time I did a presentation, I asked Betty to be my guest. I took an old calendar, turned the back, and then started drawing the circles. Told my story, developed the need, draw the circles, how the business works, and then call to action. The first time she said, I didn't understand anything you said. I don't think I would join your business. But I kept practicing. In fact, in a week, I would practice 3 to 4 to 5 times every week, practicing how to present this business. During the weekend, when I'm driving to work, anytime I got a chance to practice present the business, I did. After 2 months, we joined at the end of March 1996. In May, we had prospects in Swaziland. Now it's called Eswatini. So Betty and I got into the car and drove to Swaziland. When we got to the border, my mentor or our upline leader called and says, Pascal, I am not coming. Do the presentation yourself. Of course, I panicked because I had never done a presentation like this. Between the border and the city, Mbabane, is about, I think it's about 15 kilometers. That was one of the longest journeys I'd ever undertaken. So I went to the meeting. We had 40 guests in the hotel, and one of our success lines, Joshua Uma, got to the front and introduced me as, ladies and gentlemen, welcome a very successful business person from Pretoria. We were not even managers in the business, but I had been practicing how to present the business. At the end of that meeting, 10 people joined the business out of the 40 guests. That's when I realized that practice makes a very big difference in your success arsenal. So those who are new in the business, take a guideline of how to present this business. Keep practicing. Even if you make mistakes, don't worry. Keep practicing and keep practicing. Pay attention to your voice modulation. Pay attention to your body language. Pay attention to how your eyes move across from one guest to the other. Pay attention to your board work. If you do these things over and over again, I promise you, it won't take long before you become a director in the business. And that's the power of presentation. That is the power of practicing how to do a meeting until you become confident that you can do this meeting without your upline leader. All right? Then the next thing I want to, telling your story has got 4 elements. I'm sure you've come across this through some previous training. How do you tell your story? 4 parts. This will not take you more than 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Number 1, your life before joining Neolife. What happened before you joined the Neolife? Number 2, how and why you joined. Number 3, what has been your benefit, either products or business. And number 4, how does the future look like? And it's very important to put details of the journey, the dates, the feelings, the struggles of achievement, then the ethics of your personhood. Does your story make sense? If you have this thing, your story will always be captivating to your audience. Now, that leads me to something else that I think is very, very critical for success in our business. What do we look for in our prospects? What kind of team members are we looking for? We are looking for certain qualities in the people we want to join our business. I would suggest to you, get home tonight, before I talk about this list, the thing that triggered me to share this with you is I was listening to a neuroscientist who was saying that the virtues we have, the habits that we have developed, what we practice every day vibrates at different frequencies. For example, joy. Somebody who is joyful is infectious to the people they meet. Somebody who is kind, people can notice. Somebody who is hardworking, people can tell. Somebody who is lazy, somebody who is jealousy, somebody who is hateful, people can tell these things. But the thing that really triggered me, that really made me pay attention is this. This neuroscientist says that if you have a certain attitude, for example, you've got an attitude of joy, and you maintain that attitude for 17 seconds, you begin attracting similar vibrations to yourself. If you are angry and you maintain that anger for 17 seconds, you begin to attract anger or situations that anger is represented within 17 seconds. He gave an example. You leave your home, you're very excited, you're driving to work, or you're using public means, and then when you're driving, somebody cuts into your lane and you lose your cool and you shout at the person and you cuss, you say angry words. What happens? You get to the office, you start telling your colleagues or mates, you know, I was just driving and this crazy guy cut into me. I was so upset with him. What are you doing? You are beginning to generate angry vibrations. And guess what you're going to attract? You're going to attract similar situations in your life. You leave the office, you go to a supermarket, there's somebody, you've got 3 items to pay for. Somebody in front of you has got 20 or 30 items to pay for. The person working at the till is new, is very slow. Then you lose your cool again and you start shouting, and you attract what you are. So how do you develop attractiveness? How do you develop the vibration or the mindset to attract the right kind of people? When you get home tonight or after this training, sit down and write down the qualities of the kind of people you're looking for. Hardworking, kind, truthful and sincere, committed. In fact, I wanted to mention something about committed and interested. What is the difference between a committed person and an interested person? A committed person says this, I've decided to do this thing and I will do whatever it takes to become successful. That is a committed person. An interested person, you say, okay, I'm starting this thing. If something goes wrong, I will abandon it. The first challenge you get, you abandon the mission. That is somebody who is interested. Okay? So look for the qualities you're looking for in people. Hardworking, kindness, truthful and sincere, committed, is a good listener, is patient, is organized, has a positive mindset, willingness to learn, is loving, has got a belief, is visionary. Once you've written down these things, ask yourself, of these qualities I have written down, how many of them do I practice? In other words, can I start practicing these things and attract people who've got these qualities so that I get them into my business? I think that is the shortest cast I know to get to success very quickly, because birds of the same feather attract one another or flock together. In life, you attract to yourself people like yourself. Trust me, if you have jealousy in your heart, if you are hateful, if you have resentment towards people, trust me, you're going to attract exactly people who have got those qualities. You can try to avoid it. You can try to intellectually reasoning it out, but that is the way of life. If you're kind, you're likely to attract kind people. If you're hardworking, you're likely to attract hardworking people. If you make commitment and you fulfill them, you're likely to attract those kind of people. So use this simple process, write down the qualities of the people you're looking for, and then ask yourself, do I practice some of these things? If the answer is no, what can I do to start practicing these things? And then use every evening, do an examination. An examination simply means, okay, today, have I been kind to the people I meet? Have I been truthful about where I stand in things? Did I say no when I meant no, or did I say yes when I meant yes? Did I avoid calling somebody who called me and I haven't returned their call? Those practicing what you're looking for in people, you will start attracting those kind of people. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope these simple ideas will help you attract the right kind of people in your business. And if you keep doing, in fact, that is why successful people still continue becoming successful. Why? Because they have developed those qualities they are looking for in others. And they tend to attract those kind of people. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the few things that Betty and I wanted to share with you, and we hope that some of the ideas we've shared with you will help you grow your business to another level. We are just getting warmed up in this continent. Africa is just getting warmed up. I mean, this business is already in 14 countries: Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Cameroon, Southern Africa. We are still yet to go to Malawi. We are still yet to go to Zambia. We are still yet to go to Zimbabwe. We are still yet to go to Gabon. All these countries, there are many people who are waiting for us in these countries to show them this great business. So I suggest to you that take your business seriously and just be aware that what you're holding in your hand will change somebody's life. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We really appreciate you taking time to listen to Betty and myself, and we wish you the best in the next week building your business.